this episode of Brazil and Beyond, we take the train to the local Cabadelo's Saturday market. We pick up some provisions as we're planning a road trip in the next few days. We're actually going to hire a car and take off into the hills. It's a 300-kilometre drive to Boca de Pedra. The road started good, but progressively got worse and worse until it just ran out into a dirt road.
Whoopsie. Yeah, like where? Can't be, surely. It's got to be up there. Do you not think? Or do you really have to go there? Why is there no sign?
This road takes you away from it.
Okay, so we have to go back. We follow a very smoky school bus up the hill. His little motor doesn't seem to be too happy at all. That rock really does that. Now, big gob.
Wow. Okay, well, we got here. How long does it take? 3 hours?
It's a bit less than 3 hours.
And it's like, it's all deserted. There's nobody here.
We think we've arrived in a national park and we've got the whole place to ourselves.
Oh.
It's deserted, there's nobody here. Or we're in the wrong place. But the rocks are certainly here. Anyway,
So, we're gonna
picnic time.
Bit of a picnic, and then we might stick the drone up and see if we can have a look and see where we are.
We're just out in the middle of the jungle with bushes and trees and cactuses and things all around us. And mud wasps.
Mudwash, yeah, I've been stung. Stung on the arm about a dozen times so far.
He did go and disturb the nest though, he couldn't leave it alone. Oh, what are these then?
Oh. I was talking about the photographs on the wall. I didn't know there was a wasp nest next to it. It's a strange place. We
We're
can't.
in shock and awe.
We can't actually work it out. There's like toilets and showers round the back, and the water's
Very rustic, mind you.
yeah, and they're locked up. But the water's running. There's water on, and the shack here obviously has been something a little while ago, and there's even photographs on the wall. I'm not going to show you the photographs because I'm not going to go and get stung again, but it's strange. It's like we expected to turn up to a visitor centre and
With
a
a
car
big car
park
park,
and
maybe.
cafeteria
We're
and what
struggling
else.
to find somewhere without such deep ruts that we can't get back out again to even park the car. They say in summer 2,000 people a week come to visit here. I don't know where they put their vehicles.
I don't know where they put 2,000 people. Okay, well, we're going to finish our bit of lunch and then
Picnic.
go and explore. Well, we've come up to what we think is the visitor centre, but whether we're out of season, we don't know. There's nobody here, there's nothing here apart from this fabulous 1950s style auditorium.
Where they hold the masses.
Yeah.
On Fatima's Day.
And it's absolutely fantastic 1950s architecture at its worst. But it was built in 2010. I just don't believe it. How could somebody build something this hideous underneath that beauty? All the things to do. If you were going to build an auditorium, surely you put that as your backdrop. You tell me which you prefer. That as the backdrop, or that as the backdrop. So we're really lucky actually to be here today, because in this fabulous auditorium we have a world famous singer, and she's going to sing for you now.
Life is an ocean and love is a boat. In troubled waters it keeps you afloat. When we started the voyage, there was just me and you. Now gathered round us, we have our own crew.
Where are we?
We're at the Art and Science Centre in Jalpasoa, and it's a building designed by the famous architect Niemeyer, who is responsible for all those fancy buildings in Brasilia, the capital, as well.
And it's open today.
I think so. We came here on Sunday,
Monday.
Monday. Thinking probably most things are shut on Sunday, we won't bother with that. And of course it had been open all weekend, and Monday was its shut day.
Right, let's go and have a look inside. Don't know how much we'll be able to film, but we'll see. We're going up the path of knowledge. And there's lots of naked women everywhere.
Well, that is how you men learn, isn't it? Museum of Science on the first floor. Temporary expositions.
Well, unbelievably, it's all closed. We saw a little bit of art in the building just there, but the science building with the panoramic view and other exhibitions is closed, and they couldn't tell us whether it was just closed or closed forever or what. But actually, looking at the locks on the doors and the entrance, it doesn't look like it's been open for a long time. But believe it or not, it's raining. Just a few spots, but still warm, still 30 plus degrees. And as we've come along the coast, we've got another one of these concrete structures obviously by the same architect artist, and this is a huge convention centre with big auditoriums and obviously halls for exhibitions, etc. All extremely well kept behind a high security fence. But nothing going on there. One of the Brazil's large tourist areas along this coast, with some gorgeous beaches, and this is no exception. It's a really lovely beach. So, what do you reckon to
Selfie
this?
at the beach.
Selfie at the beach. What do you reckon to this then?
I think it's quite pretty actually.
It-
I think another happy accident.
Yeah.
We have some good happy accidents on this trip. We've found some really lovely spots that we weren't expecting to find.
Right, well we're going to go down and see if we can get an ice cream,
Oh, definitely.
because it's a bit hot.
It
It's
is actually
very
a
hot today.
stinking hot day today.
much hotter than it was yesterday, although we were in the hills yesterday, weren't
Yeah,
we?
maybe a little bit of elevation that we had yesterday just cooled
Yeah.
it down ever so slightly. Now we're right at sea level and it's super hot.
Super. Okay, so what have we been up to this morning?
We have been all the way out to the airport and by some miracle we got there because the phone kept freezing and wouldn't tell us how to get there. But as luck would have it, we took some crazy turnings and ended up on the right road anyway.
I'm just going to show them why we went to the airport.
Oh, well, that when you've been in Brazil and you want to go to any other country, because they had a bit of an
Epidemic.
of yellow fever last year. Now, when you've been in Brazil and you want to go anywhere else, you must have a yellow fever jab. But we had to go all the way to the airport to change the local little Brazilian certificate, which other countries won't recognise,
Which is one of those.
for international one.
Which is one of those.
Which the airport is the only nearby place where it can now be done, and it doesn't seem like any motorcyclist around here has got a silencer on their exhaust.
Or crash helmet. Okay, so we are, where are we?
We are at Cabo Branco,
Cabo Branco.
near the lighthouse, right on the seafront, with a view to die for, having a spot of lunch, and very nice it is too. Well, let's hope it is nice.
Yeah.
Food hasn't arrived yet.
It's not very good at the moment. They're a bit short on rations here in Brazil.
Okay, so I've got a dish called escondidinho and de camarão, which means hiding prawns. It's kind of like shepherd's pie, I guess. And you can have the meat version, but I've got one with lovely prawns inside.
Chicken up here.
Join us in our next video where we sail north out of Brazil, back across the equator and visit the Salute Islands of French Guiana. We spend 7 fantastic days there exploring the islands and delving into their dubious history. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and also hit that little like button. It really helps us to make these videos. See you all again soon.